Good morning, everyone. My name is Rolatio Bagaskar, and today I want to talk about something I find genuinely and fascinating: how great company can fall apart not because of strategy but because of execution. We are looking at Metro. A new owners came in with ambitious plan, but within months moral collapse, political plan, and unbelief started to exit. To keep us on track, I have divided this analysis into three logical parts. First, we will diagnose the current crisis, what actually went wrong on the ground, and second, I will present four actionable recommendations to stabilize the situation. And finally, we will take a step back and look at the bigger picture, what actually teaches us about managing changes in any organization. So let's start with Demis report. First, productivity has dropped significantly. The machine might be running, but the people operating them has been checked out mentally. Second, staff turnover is spiking. Skilled employees are waiting to be fired, they are living on their own terms. And third, morale is critically low. You can practically feel the anxiety in the hallways. These are symptoms of a random problems. They are symptoms of much deeper infection. And to cure it, we must understand exactly why staff are so unhappy. So, why is tech pushing back so hard? Let me break this down into four specific drivers. First, surveillance. Imagine you're walking to work every day and having your boss follow you around with a clipboard, taking notes and never telling you why. That's not management, that's policing. The staff is feels like they're suspect in a role place, and there's those, and that's destroy that trust instantly. Second, redundancy. 60 people from R&D were let go in June and no explanation. To think about that. If the company treats people living with zero respect, what message does that send to the people staying? He screamed, "You are disposable." Third, cultural erosion. The old Metro had a family input atmosphere, informal caring, and personal. The new management destroyed all that and replaced it with a cold, impersonal emails from the head office. The staff will feel like they have lost their identity. Fourth, pace. New computer system, English lessons, European expansion, and all the new products all at the same time. This is ambition. This is chaos. It causes cognitive overload. The staff are resisting improvement. They are resisting disrespect and confusion. Okay, the situation would be bleak, but I firmly it's fixable. If I were sitting in a boardroom, here where I'll start. First, transmission communication. Management need to call town hall meeting, not an email, a real face-to-face meeting. And honestly, they explain what the factory inspections actually are for. Are they seeking safety? Efficiency? To be honest, when you tell people the truth, even if it's uncomfortable, they will respect you for it. Also, they need to clearly state this is our strategy, this is where are we going. That alone reduces anxiety. Second, ethical restructuring. If layoffs are coming, they must be published correctly openly. For example, these are the performance metrics we are using and provide proper surveillance and outplacement support. Why does this matter? Because if the staff remain are watching, if you treat the leavers with dignity, survivors will actually trust you again. Third, declarative implementation. Stop trying to do everything yesterday. I recommend a praise approach. For example, focus exclusively on the new IT system on the first quarter. First English training on the sales team initially. Let people change before you to throw you the next one on them. This reduces fear and give employees a sense of control. Four, empower local management. This is a big one. The staff explicitly complain about receiving orders from the head office. They feel disconnected. Local managers know the team. They know the culture. They know how they challenge on the ground. Trust them to make policies. Delegating authority isn't a weakness, it's a sign of intellect and leadership. Stepping back on Metro, I want to leave you with four principles that every leader should train on their brain. One, acknowledge emotion. The change isn't about spreadsheet and logistics. Organizations are run by human beings with the feelings, ignore their own peril. Two, over-communicate. Silence is dangerous. When you don't explain your decision, people don't assume the best, people assume their worst. Fear is to fill the vacuum, so talk, explain, and repeat yourself. You have to. Three, respect legacy culture. The family atmosphere at Metro isn't a weakness. It was an asset. The new owners destroyed it and built on top of it. It was a strategic error on my part. For balance urgency with capacity. Yes, you need to move fast, but if you push people beyond their limits, they break. Sustainable changes requires realistic timeline. Get these four things right, and you might avoid becoming the next Metro horror story. Let me leave you with my final verdict. The crisis at Metro is not the story of bad business goals. The new owners wanted to grow. That's understandable. But the failure of what execution and more importantly respect, they forgot the company and its people. Recovery is still possible if they embrace transparency, slow down, and empower their local leaders. But it requires a shift of mindset from the employee seeking as cost and seeking them as partners. In the end, it's not a trust skill, it's the hardest currency in business. Without it, your strategy is just a PowerPoint slide. This concludes my analysis. I hope you find this case is insightful as I am. If you did if you want, I want to thank you sincerely for your time and attention. I'm now happy to give you the floor and to give you any question you might have. Thank you.